Bitcoin, crypto, bubbles, passive indexation. There's a lot of financial jargon out there. Old Mutual can help you make sense of it all and give you great advice to make the right decisions. If you've got a question or want to know how to get the most out of your money, call them on 0860 60 60 60 or speak to an Old Mutual financial advisor or your broker. Today's the day. Get great financial advice so you can do great things. Old Mutual is a licensed financial services provider.
Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street, is on the line. We've been trying to get hold of him. Now, he is going to be speaking at an event in Johannesburg next week. He is now a motivational speaker, based, of course, on all his troubles, I suppose, which he documented in his book, The Wolf of Wall Street, which subsequently became a Hollywood blockbuster movie based on that. He's a motivational speaker, former stockbroker, and he is going to be in the country now, and he joins us on the line. Jordan, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. How are you today?
I'm very well. I'm so pleased that we could finally get hold of you. Now, in your heyday, I mean, people who have not read your book or did not see the movie, in your heyday, you were making about $1 million a week. How did it all go wrong?
It went wrong because, I was very, very young at the time. I was my, 24 years old when I had basically discovered a system for training salespeople. And at the same time, I had uncovered a niche in the stock market, in the retail stock market, and that was selling $5 stocks to the richest 1% of Americans. And when those two things combine, this niche in the market and the ability to train people to close sales, the firm started to grow so fast that what happened was I essentially outstripped my ability to create good products to sell. Like the stock market, like anything else, in terms of like any business, you're selling a product. And, we were manufacturing new issues, taking companies public. And I should have slowed my growth down. And I ended up, outstripping my ability to create good products. And that's how it really started to go wrong. And then from there, I just essentially lost my ethical way. And, after a while, the process of desensitization, you start, one little step at a time, you start doing things that you thought you'd never do. It seems perfectly normal. That's really what happened.
Was it greed?
Oh, well, sure. At the heart of it was that, remember the time frame. We're talking 1989, right? And I just got out of the movie theater and saw something we call Wall Street, where Gordon Gekko said greed is good. Greed cuts through. Greed clarifies. And, obviously today I know better. Greed is destructive. And for sure, at the center of it was this ability, this almost like this, you just wanted to make as much as you could without really, focusing on giving value and whatnot. So, yeah, for sure, it was great.
And ultimately, in the end, though, Jordan, I mean, you stole and defrauded people. Are you ashamed of that?
Not ashamed. I mean, I think shame is a terrible, destructive emotion. I'm remorseful of it, which is the reason why I'm paying everybody back this year. I mean, I'm doing a massive U.S. tour and actually giving 100% of the profits back to investors. And I have been paying people back. And, listen, in the beginning, I felt shame right back 20 years ago. But you can't live your life with shame. I mean, you'll be, you'll destroy yourself mostly. So the idea is the healthier form of that is remorse, where you live the way I live my life today. And I'm a businessman doing things honestly. I create wealth for other people, teach them how to make money, how to sell, how to become entrepreneurs, and at the same time righting the wrongs from the past. I think that's a far more healthy way to go about things.
I suppose U.S. authorities, though, haven't been very happy with the pace at which you've been paying people back. Are you sure you'll be able to pay everyone back by this year?
Well, number one, the U.S. government just got their heads handed to them by the judge because they were completely full of it, is the phrase goes. I was overpaying for years, overpaying, far more than anybody than I had to. I was voluntarily paying back about, far more than I had to. The judge ruled on this 2 weeks ago. They probably not aware. There's a ruling came out, and he completely denounced the U.S. government. They were wrong. They said I had to pay 50% of my income, which was completely false. I never did. It was the first 3 years, and I was paying far more than anybody else was. But do I feel pay all of it this year? Well, listen, my goal, it's my desire, a massive U.S. tour. I can't project exactly what I'm going to make, but I should make a ton of money, and the actual amount I owe is far less than than what it says publicly. The losses are much smaller than that. It's just that number there was an estimate. The numbers are smaller. So
all right,
I'm hoping to.
Okay, so for people who hadn't read your book, The Wolf of Wall Street, which then subsequently became this blockbuster movie, many people saw that movie. How much has your life changed since then?
Well, I mean, it's in some ways the polar opposite in the sense, I'm sold for 17 years. I am, engaged to a woman who I love and loyal to her, and I travel the world, and I work with entrepreneurs and salespeople, and just anyone looking to live a more empowered life and make money. And my track record with helping those people succeed is probably better than anybody out there. I'm really good at it, and so I think on some level I live my life's the polar opposite, but yet I still have a very exciting life in the sense, I travel around and I give these seminars in front of thousands of people, and I get the connection, and so it's still exciting, but it's a much healthier way to live. Drug free, creating value for people, helping other people make money versus going out there and and that, as you said, that greed mentality, just trying to make as much as you can as fast as you can.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I suppose the reason I'm asking is that once something is on the big screen, it's there for everyone to see. Do people sort of, because they know your name, they recognize you, say you are that guy who lived that debaucherous life and, all your antics with cocaine and whatnot?
I think that, sometimes people, believe it or not, they emulate, they love that about me, and they almost, not that they aspire to do that, but it's almost like this sort of hidden wish fulfillment, because people don't live that life. They almost like that's got a strange part in people that they almost like. They're like, wow, that was so cool, and I don't think that's the healthy thing.
Because it shouldn't glamorize it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because let's face it, some of it's glamorous. I mean, some of that lifestyle is glamorous, and what's wrong with what I did is not the self-destructive behavior. Mm-hmm. While it's not healthy, you could laugh at that and have a good time because it's not you. The part that sucks, that people lost money.
Yes.
That part is just plain old sucks.
Yeah.
So remove that aspect. Say, well, then you're looking at a guy. Imagine if everyone had made money, then you could go at the movie and just laugh your ass off, and instead of say, oh my God, that's so crazy. How you're sober 17 years? What was it like to live that life and be normal now? Mm-hmm. And you can look at it under a different context. You follow me? So I think that the issue is that for me, it's very important that people get the right message. That yes, it was fun. You don't want to live that life. You can laugh at it, but the idea that my behavior caused other people to lose money. I had some very powerful skill sets, sales, training salespeople. That's great stuff, but you have to use that ethically, and that's the difference.
Are you, in a sense, trying to redeem yourself in these talks that you give?
I already have redeemed myself, at least in my own heart. I'm redeemed. I live a great life. I do things right. I help people. I get 100 emails a day from people all over the world who attended my seminars or watched videos of mine. And they say I changed their life. So it's not a matter of redeeming myself. It's like this is the life I was always supposed to live. I come from a good family. I wasn't sent out in the world to be crazy. You know what I mean? I kind of went off course, and this is back to the person I originally was supposed to be. So there's a very big difference in that sense. That I wasn't brought up in a mafia family. I was supposed to be a criminal. You know what I mean? It was a 7-year period where I just went kind of off course, and now I'm back on course again.